Alright guys, today we're going to look at something that I think you're probably bound to see sooner or later, and we're going to try to pump the brakes on it just a little bit. Let's try and kind of temper our expectations just a little bit. So this was posted best I can tell by this individual here on Twitter. And as we kind of let it play, it says, what kind of phone is the guy in the front using? Why is it so thin? And it does appear to depict an extraordinarily thin device. But there are several things that we can kind of dig into on this or in this video to try to make sense of what's going on here, because everyone's jumping to one conclusion. This is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7, and I don't believe that it is. So with that being said, let's dig into this video. All right, so here is the video itself, and after we zoom in just a little ways, the first thing that I noticed was that this is actually in Chinese. Now, that might make you think maybe this is some Chinese phone, and that is entirely possible. We're going to kind of take that bit of information and set it aside. Now, what we need to look at is just how insanely thin this device appears to be, and it looks to be, in my opinion, too thin to be a fully functional device. And that leads me to what I think this actually is. I think that this is actually just a panel. Now, of course, a panel alone can't possibly be functional, and that means that the actual components, the hardware that runs the device itself, is probably just attached to the back. There probably is no cover display. Notice how, when you look at this thing, it's just a bezel, right? There's nothing else. When you look at any other folding phone, there's the black bezel around the screen, but then there's the frame of the device. There's no visible frame of a device here. That doesn't look like a frame to me. That just looks like the side of a display panel. So again, this would be something that is being tested in some way for some reason, and that's all it is. It's just the folding panel with the components probably attached to the back of the device. And if you look down here, those definitely are Samsung icons, and this is definitely running One UI. So this is a Samsung device of some sort. But one way that we know that it's not the Z Fold 7 is if we come up here to the top, do you see what I see? Or maybe do you not see what I don't see? Where's the camera? So the Z Fold 7 is apparently going to be dropping the under display camera. And so you should see a hole punch camera round about here. And you don't see that. It's just not there. That's another piece of evidence that says to me, this is not the Z Fold 7. This is not even really a phone. This is something that's being tested. Again, we've seen what the Z Fold 7 looks like from so many different angles now. And yes, it is very, very thin. If you don't include the bezel in your measurement, just like every OEM does, Oppo doesn't include the bezel when they say the Find N5 is 4.2 millimeters. So if you exclude that bezel, it might be under 4 millimeters. It is extremely, extremely thin, but it is not this thin. There isn't a phone out there, as far as I'm aware, especially from Samsung, that is this thin. So this is cool. This is exciting to see, but it's not what people seem to think that it is. This is not the Galaxy Z Fold 7. If I'm wrong, then I've been wrong about a lot of things, and that would be disappointing, and I guess I'll have to just fess up to that if it happens, but I really, really don't think that this is the Z Fold 7. And as I'm sitting here editing this, I do notice one more thing. Look at the corner radius up here. That is also not the Z Fold 7's corner radius. It is a very sort of squared off device, as is the Z Fold 6. Look at this image I pulled off of Droid Life. Look at that corner radius here. This is the Z Fold 5. Is it possible that this is a Z Fold 5? This is the last time that that corner radius was about like that. That would be kind of strange, but it's entirely possible. But it's definitely not the Z Fold 7 because UDC, corner radius, it looks like a display. So guys, sorry to, like I have done on many occasions, pump the brakes a little bit on some exciting news, but that is what I think is going on there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.